Hi, Yomesh.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so Yomesh, you can continue with the call. I am dropping.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is current project.
Oh, okay. So, which Java versions you have worked?
I am working currently on Java,
Okay.
but mostly I'm using feature of Java.
Okay. So, you must be familiar with the stream APIs.
Yeah.
Okay. So, stream API has a reduce method.
Mm.
So, what is the use case of reduce?
Usually, the reduce function is like suppose you have a list of means list of number and you want to make sum of those numbers. Then you can use suppose you have a list of number and you want to get sum. Then you can use means numbers dot stream dot reduce 0 comma lambda function a comma b, and in the lambda function we can pass like a plus b like that. Or if you want to subtract or anything you want, it will means get the data from the current or means current operation like which is means voice is audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it will provide you sum of the function and it will return you the current sum of the number like that.
Okay. So, what is the output of this reduce?
So, suppose you are adding the number, then integer value it will return as an integer value. If you want to concatenate some number, like you have a list of the number like Jay and Sankar and Pandey, and you want to means want to the list of the number to a single sentence. So it will reduce to means if you can write like you what dot stream dot um, blank string comma a comma b, and you can pass a plus b, then it is concatenate the word and you can get the response like Jayasankar Pandey like that.
Okay. Okay. So, do you use any design patterns?
Uh, for the microservices, we are using resilience for the sorry, it's called circuit breaker pattern. So we are using circuit breaker patterns. We often use builder pattern as well, and some API gateway we are also using. So this type of design pattern I use.
Okay. So, can you give me an example of your design pattern? Sorry, builder design pattern, which give you a
So
immutable object.
yeah, so
So, why we use API's gateway?
API gateway is used because suppose in our platform we have to authenticate the user, that is the user coming has right to take some data or not. So we are passing GWT token. So in the microservices we need to identify means we have to have some centralized configuration where we can add security, because you cannot write a security system in each of the microservices. So you need one service which contain logging and metrics and security check like that. And
You mentioned the you are using the circuit breaking design pattern.
yeah.
Yeah. So, how you implemented that? Like,
So for the circuit breaker, we are using resilience for that. So in there, we have you have a in configuration. You can write that after 100 requests by default, your circuit breaker is open. Then after it will come to the open state and service is not responding to you. So this circuit breaker will come into open state. Then it will not passing the request to the actual service. And suppose loyalty service is down, so every request will not pass through that, and it will give you a hard coded response. And after some time, it will go to the half open state, and it will pass some of the request for checking that whether the service is getting up or not. If again it is not responding back, then again it will go to the operation. Otherwise, it will pass to the load state, and all services is working same as previous.
Do you know about the rate limits?
Yeah. So in the circuit breaker, we can implement rate limit also. You can define that a number of second in the resilience policy itself. We have a one property where you can define the number of second and number of requests. If you define like in 1 second you have 100 requests, then other than that will not pass out. Means other requests will not go pass through that.
Do you work with the multi-threading?
Actually,
So, so what is the actual use case of a single thread pool? Do you know what the countdown latch?
come again.
Do you know about the countdown latch?
No.
Okay. What about the completable feature?
Yeah.
Okay, that completable feature has two methods: supply
Mhm.
async and run async.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, what is the difference between them? You work with the Spring Boot also.
Yeah.
So, it is a necessary to work use the @ enable auto configuration and notation. Do you work with the Hibernate or Data JP?
JP. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is the second level of caching? Do you know about any caching mechanism?
So Hazelcast we are using for the caching in the current project.
Let's talk about the databases. So, which database you have worked?
I worked on the MySQL and MSSQL.
Okay. So, so what are the cursors in database? So, so how you find out the complexity of the query?
So we
Because
need to,
sometimes we need to optimize our query. So we
yeah,
basically use the indexing, but
yeah.
but before that, applying any indexing, we have to find out the cause that will slowing down your query. So how you
So
identify the? So are you comfortable with writing down the raw queries?
yeah.
Okay. Can you open your it is a basic EMP table and with the four fields: employee ID, name, reporter ID, and salary.
Mm.
And it has a four records of Yash, Kapil, Kuldeep, and Neeraj.
Mm.
So from this data table, you have to identify how many are employees under Neeraj and all. Like Neeraj has a one employee
Mm.
who's report to Neeraj, and Yash has a two employees who reports, and the Kapil and Kuldeep does not have any subordinate.
So
No,
what I
you have to identify the number of employees under them. Like Neeraj has a one
mm.
employee under them, Yash has a two employees under them, and Kapil and Kuldeep both has a zero. With the intentionally leading and the tailing spaces.
Yeah.
So, how we can remove these the leading and the tailing spaces without using any inbuilt method?
I think it will work.
Okay. Do you know about the at the rate rest control advice or notation?
Yeah. So the global exception you need to handle. So in that case, in the case of the global exception, you need to write in the controller advice class. So all the exception, all the method which has global exception annotation, it will be controlled through the controller advice.
Do you know about the actuators?
Actuator is basically used for the health checking of the application.
Can we do other things also with the actuators, or just with the health check?
No, we can do other thing also.
Okay. Do you know about the Kubernetes?
Yeah, Kubernetes. We are using Kubernetes for deployment purpose. So, yes.
So, what is the role of Ignis in Kubernetes? The role of Ignis in a Kubernetes? In database, do you know about the vertical and the horizontal scaling? Okay, Jason, that's all from my side. So I will provide the feedback to Anshul.